Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to the channel. I was doing a few streams with rival fans, so I was a bit busy, but I'm still going to do this because I'm a bit busy tomorrow, so I'm not going to have time to do this. But like the video, guys, like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It's not going to be a long video. It's going to be about 10-minute video, just talking about what we've just witnessed as City fans throughout these two ties, which we've played Madrid. Not a very good Madrid side, by the way. I know they turned up today, but we've played not a very good Madrid side. So anyway, let's keep going. So City obviously lost at the Etihad 3-2. They were 2-1 up, and then we went to Madrid today to sort of try. Okay, let me get this down here. So we went to Madrid today. We went on to Madrid today to sort of try save our chances in the Champions League. To be honest with you, low key, I know we were being gassed. I know we're making predictions in the preview. Low key, we all knew that it is going to go two ways. If Pep Guardiola plays a certain side for this game, this particular game against Madrid, if he plays certain players, we knew things might go downhill. If he played a certain way, we knew things might not go as giddy as we all thought they might go. The issue right now in this team, this Man City team, I have told people many times, and some people keep getting emotional about it. And I see, I was on the football terrace with Terry area on, and I said Pep Guardiola needs to answer for some of the issues or some of the mistakes he's made this season. Then there was a lot of City fans in the some of the City fans in the chat were like, "Oh yeah, plastic. Oh you are running. You are back. You're backing out of the team. Just one bad season." Let me tell you something, guys. When you're analyzing a game, we are analyzing the game as an individual game itself, especially this Madrid game. We're looking at this Madrid game. We're not talking about what's been done in the past. But if somebody has been making mistakes, we're talking about Pep Guardiola this season. If he's been making mistakes or messing up this season, why should we not question him? Why should we sit there and just accept it and say, oh, it is Pep Guardiola. So just because it's Pep Guardiola, we are not going to say anything if he makes a mistake. This particular game, let me ask the guys who keep saying, "Oh, it's only one season. Back the team, back the manager. Why you guys jumping to conclusion, or why you guys betraying Pep Guardiola?" Nobody's betraying Pep Guardiola. Nobody's saying Pep Guardiola should get sacked. First of all, get that through your thick skulls. The guys who keep saying, "Oh, you don't know more than the coach." This is about football. If you are analyzing, right, a football match, you have to check the issues that have been happening, and you have to also check the manager. I have been in management for about 12 years. And during my management, all those that period, when something goes wrong, it doesn't matter if I was performing well last year. If I'm stinking the gaff or I'm stinking the place in the company, they'll bring me into a review and they'll ask me, Patrick, why are you still making the same mistakes? We spoke to you before, or you saw the mistakes you made at the beginning. Why are you still late at meetings? Why are you still uploading the documents late? Why are you still not managing very well? So people are telling me just because Pep Guardiola has been so great, which we appreciate, and I know there will be a statue for Pep Guardiola at City, or it's one of the stands named after him. Everybody appreciates him, and I respect him as a manager. He's done so much for Man City, but that doesn't mean that we can't criticize him or we can't give him feedback. Because I'm telling you this: as soon as I saw Gundogan and Bernardo Silva together on that pitch, I knew we're not going to do anything productive. And there's a lot of City fans who tweeted this. When we saw the lineup, that there was Gundogan and Silva in that midfield, a lot of City fans said, we are going to struggle in this game. Why? Because this season, when Gundogan and Bernardo have played together, it hasn't been great. I'm sorry, Pep. You've seen this doesn't work. There's no creativity. Why don't you put somebody creative? Omar Mamouche, the good thing about Omar Mamouche is he makes runs in behind. It's about him going back. Why don't you play Kevin De Bruyne instead? If you want to play midfielders, put a midfielder who's creative. When was the last time Bernardo Silva created anything? When was the last time Bernardo Silva created anything? I'll wait. We'll continue the stream, but if somebody tells me when was the last time Bernardo Silva created something, we'll talk about it. The thing about it is, today, right? You played Nico. Yes, Nico was very good for Newcastle. But why don't you put Kovacic next to him and then put Kevin De Bruyne or Foden as the 10 and tell them to be free and then have proper wingers. Bring in Doku and bring in Savio. This thing where you're putting Foden as a winger, it doesn't work. You're wasting Foden's talent as a winger. I'm telling you guys, this manager has been messing up this season. Yes, we're giving him a pass this season. I get it. Like, I am not here crying over the fact that, oh, we're out of the Champions League. I knew we were gonna be knocked out. I knew, even though I did my previews and I was gaslighting, saying we might win 3-1. It was just me gaslighting. But I knew damn sure that Madrid are gonna cook us. I knew Mbappe was gonna cook us. Vinny Mbappe or Rodrigo, one of the two, or Jude Bellingham was gonna cook us. But I wanted a bit of a fight. What is disappointing is Pep Guardiola went for a high line away at Madrid. He went for a high line away at Madrid. I repeat this again to the City fans who are glazing and kissing Pep Guardiola's ass because we can't criticize him. He played a high line away at Madrid against Mbappe, Vini, and Rodrigo. A high line. What's going to happen? Our defenders haven't been that great this season. He's seen that. Um, Again, he plays, as I say, the two slowest and puny and weak midfielders, and he still refuses to put a bit of muscle or a bit of speed. I'm telling you, I would have rather seen Kovacic, because when Kovacic came in, at least we looked better. When Kovacic came in, we looked better. I would have rather seen Kovacic or Foden in that midfield. Foden not as a winger, but as a midfielder to cause Madrid a bit of trouble. But no, not Pep Guardiola. He wants to have Gundogan and Bernardo Silva so they can make short passes. That's not working. It hasn't worked all season. Why didn't you look at the formula you had against Newcastle? That worked. Why wouldn't you just say let's do this and get a bit of energy? Let's not have a high line against Isaac and Gordon. That's what you did. Why would you choose as a manager to have a high line? And you know what? Today it was embarrassing because as soon as that 1-0 went in, the players were so scared of Mbappe. They were scared. Even the announcers kept on saying, why are they scared of Mbappe? Why every time he gets the ball, none of the defenders are going after him? Nobody is going to challenge him. Mbappe was free in this game. Mbappe was picking and choosing whatever he wanted because nobody was aggressive or closing him down. And it's quite pathetic that the players gave up. After the 1-0, they didn't look at all like they had the balls or they had the courage to go in and say they're going to do anything. The team was gone. They didn't even want to create anything. But this goes back to the setup by Pep Guardiola. And you know what's funny? He sat on the bench, right, watching this happen, and he didn't make any subs. And that's worrying. That's what worried me the most. So he also gave up as a manager himself. He also gave up as a manager because he sat on that bench. He decided not to make any changes. He decided to just sit there. And there's people who are going to say, "Oh, look at this. Oh, you're turning on the manager." I am not turning on the manager. I'm giving him feedback. Like if you don't like me giving him feedback, I don't care. But we have to, when we watch a game, we have to say what happened. If we say Bernardo Silva is crap, we have to tell him that he's crap. It doesn't mean we hate Bernardo Silva. Foden, again, non-existent because he was put as a winger. Um, I don't understand what Pep Guardiola was doing, what tactics he was doing. Savio was down the middle with everybody just bunched down the middle. No wing. There was no wing attack. Like it was just nonsense, pure nonsense for Pep Guardiola trying to just shoehorn Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. And I'm telling you this, guys. I said it before that Pep Guardiola is going to get criticized. You know why? More because when after the injuries in January, we went to spend. We went to buy Mamush, Kusanov, Victor, and we went to buy Nico. Basically, they went to buy him people to help him throughout the season. And if he continues by playing these pensioners, these Finnish players, players that don't have the hunger anymore, players that don't have the ambition anymore, players that have won everything and they don't have that heart to play anymore. Like, I'm sorry, guys. There's a point in time when players just don't have that hunger anymore. They don't. That's why, if you go to the Newcastle game, the players that were performing, Omama Mosh, new signing, Savio, new signing, Kusanov, new signing, Nico, new signing. 4 new players injected a bit of youth, injected a bit of desire. But I'm telling you, Pep Guardiola better get things right, things right because he'll be questioned. Because I'm sorry, if we continue getting slapped because he keeps playing players that he favors, we have to question him. And it's embarrassing to see that certain people would rather attack other fans, call them plastic, or say, "Oh, you don't know better than Pep." While you're watching mistakes week in, week out, you're watching the same mistakes happen. That's sometimes, guys. That's why I keep saying there is a football fan and there's a fan who just goes for football because maybe their dad used to bring them to a football match and that's how they became. But they're not like a football fan, because if you're a football fan, you have to criticize what's going on. If you are somebody who watches football, you have to question exactly what's going on. Why is something being repeated? Why it's failing? It's not working. It's not working. I knew from the beginning when I saw Gundo and Bernardo Silva on that pitch, I knew we were going to struggle. And then what made it worse is Savio and Foden were attacking into the middle. And then Madrid were just free on the wings, attacking our fullbacks. No help at all. I don't know what sort of tactics he was looking for. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hello, Patrick. How you doing? I'm okay, man. Hope you're well yourself. Big up to you, Melina. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Another thing is, I think Pep should leave and take sabbatical. Maybe he should have this season. You never know. I said Pep will find a way to lose. He did find a way to lose. FA Cup or nothing for you. It's all we are left with now. It's the FA Cup and the World Cup club. I agree. Hopefully, you don't win the FA Cup. No. We're not doing Pep out. As I said, this video is going to be short. Pep and Edison are the main reason City only won one Champions League. No, let's not start that. Get him out. Let's not start that. You need to be. You need a big rebuild in summer transfer window. Foden is not a 10 for our forward players. Pep has to be sacked. No, that's a bit extreme. Edison shouldn't come out for the first goal. That is true. That is true. But also, Pep Guardiola should not be playing the high line. Why he knows that Vini and them guys are good. Pep is to blame for that team selection. He is. He has to hold the L for this. And he looked so disinterested. So disinterested. Yeah, so anyway, it says Edison best keeper with feet. Fans leave in 62 minutes of disgrace. Fans have left in your stadium too before. I've seen it before. That's great to hear. I'm fine. Okay, so P, you've just joined us here, man. So what is your thought on the game? I think it was a bit embarrassing.
Well, to be honest, I'm still shell shocked by the starting 11. I had to check 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times to see if my eyes were working. I could not believe that Pep started Gundogan and Bernardo Silva in midfield after all that has happened throughout the season. Every single time he has played that midfield, it has gotten overrun. I I I, I don't know what the story is with Pep. This season, the entire season, I'm not blaming any of the players. This has nothing to do with the players. The entire season is on Pep. The arrogance not to rebuild. All right, fine. You started the season. Rodri's out, multiple injuries. We're getting outrun, outworked because that's the main problem. Off the ball, we're not putting in the work. All right. Tried it for one game, doesn't work. 2 games, doesn't work. 3, 4, 5, 6 games. All right. Let me see if I can try something else. The few games that he tried something else, the game where John Stones equalized late, he put Nunes in midfield to hold Gundogan's hand. Gundogan made a silly pass. Then we see what Nunes did. Chase down the player in midfield, make a tackle, drive forward. All right. Got out of jail there. Perfect. The following game, I think it was Fernand. Correct me if I'm wrong. He played Nunes alongside Gundo in midfield. Looked so much better. Gundo got a goal. So I'm saying, all right, fine. Peppers finally realized that, yeah, you may or may not win the game, but at least you give yourself a chance by having some legs in midfield. At the 53rd or 55th minute, somewhere about there, he changed out the side. Arrogance again. And then from there, now everybody's blaming the youngsters. Oh, you see why you can't play the youngsters in midfield? Blah, 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 blah. Goes back to the same madness. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Rico Lewis. Games after that, fail. This game reminded me of the Liverpool game that was played at Anfield, where the setup was Savio was on the bench, Doku was on the bench, KDB was on the bench. All the attacking players are on the bench. Haaland was hung out to dry. There was no attacking outlet. Nunes was playing at what? I think right back or right wing. Nunes had to be running back. So Nunes is way down the pitch. Gundogan and Bernardo Silva are close, and Nunes is running all the way back past those two out to stop an attack. That alone, that was a cowardly performance because Pep decided to do the same thing that he did there. He wanted to keep possession and pass sideways, make the extra passes. It does not work. We have a body of evidence this season to show that it does not work, it cannot work, it will not work. Anytime he has decided to do something different, he put Jack Grealish in the midfield, we get a result against Nottingham Forest. We played Juventus. Wasn't Grealish's best game, but at least Juventus was parking the bus, hanging on for dear life. Took out Grealish, never to see Grealish again in midfield. Went back to the same dumb combination. The problem continues. All right? We can't say O'Reilly. I don't know if O'Reilly is good or bad. I don't know if McAtee is good or bad. I don't know if Jacob Wright is good or bad. Everybody keeps telling me that Nunez is trash in midfield. Can't be worse than Bernardo and Gundogan this season. Everybody's blaming Nunez about the Man United game. Oh, he made a bad pass. Gavardiel has done a lot of Bozo moments. John Stones Bozo moments. Diaz Bozo moments. We don't give, so we pigeonhole Nunez right away. Can't play in midfield, not good enough. He has physicality. He has the legs. What is City lacking? Physicality and legs in midfield. All right, fine. We come to January. We buy Nico Gonzalez. We started something at Newcastle. Nice, fresh 11, youngsters, legs. All right? Common sense from Pep. Now, everybody in the fan base, I would imagine, is hopeful because what? We may or may not win at the Bernabeu, but at least maybe we'll give them a bloody nose, leave it some pride. We get to see some exciting football. Bernardo Silva doing the press conference. Heart sinking right away. You know
Yeah,
that
we
he's
all
going
knew
to...
that, didn't we? We all knew that it's going to find a place for him. And you
Yeah.
know what's funny about all this? The fact that, look, okay, if you want to play Silva, this is my thing. You know what he's going to do is cardio. So Bernardo Silva is going to be doing a lot of cardio. Why do you play Gundogan? Both of these players are not creating much, and then you'll have KDB on the bench, and you have Mamouche who does runs in behind. You do know Bernardo Silva is not going to do any through balls. You know this Madrid team is so physical down the middle. I don't get him. Like people sometimes just have to. I know it's Pep Guardiola. I know what he's achieved. We thank him for that, and nobody's saying Pep Guardiola has to leave. Nobody has said that. It's just people want to be accepting silly mistakes that are being made by a manager just because it's him. Like, as I said, it's worse now. I'm telling you, my fellow City fans, it's worse the fact that in January we went to buy people. Even Piers just said that in January we went to buy more people. So if we went to buy more people, they have given you a bit of support and backing. But the thing is, the formula is there, but he keeps going back to an old formula. I don't know what he's trying. He's trying to do, and that's the funny thing is the time we were 1-0 down, another manager will put KDB on. Am I lying? If we're 1-0 down, he's going to put KDB on and Kovacic because he'll be like, you know what, let me switch it. But no, he didn't want to switch it. I think he was like, well, if my plan didn't work of Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, it is what it is.
It is madness. It has been happening all season. I'm not quite sure what is the story this season because all right, nobody's saying that if he played O'Reilly, Nunez, right, would have been in the title race. UCL would have been sure. That is not the point. We'd have gotten better performances from the team, and that's what it's all about. Can we get better performances than what we are seeing? Maybe you win, maybe not. Fine. Nothing is guaranteed, but I keep doing the same thing the same way. I am going to get the same result. As far as I'm concerned right now, it's arrogance. It has to be arrogance. It doesn't work. I'm going to try it again. It doesn't work. I'm going to try it again. It is not going to work. It's not going to work this season. It's not going to work next season. And it didn't work seasons in the past because any game that he plays Gundogan in midfield for the extra pass. City always lose that game from my memory. He did it at Anfield in the UCL, what is it, round of 16 or quarter final. He didn't play Sterling. He said he played Gundogan for the extra pass. Gundogan was lost in that game. He did the same madness in the UCL final. Pace again. Chelsea had pace up and pace up and pace in midfield. Played Gundogan again. The game passed him by. He's playing
Yeah,
Gundogan again to achieve
that's the
what
thing.
I don't
That's
know.
what I'm telling people. Like Nico next to a young guy, even Nico next to Nunes, I'm telling you, that's a better combination than Nico next to some of these old people. There's favoritism in the team. I get it. Managers are favorites, but that's what's killing us right now. And that's what disappoints me is like we have the tools to do something, but the tools are not being used because there's certain tools that get favoritism. There's certain people that I won't be surprised. City fans, I'm going to tell you this. I won't be surprised if even after playing all these minutes, Bernardo Silva plays on Sunday. I won't be surprised Gundogan plays on Sunday, even after playing like this. I'm telling you, I won't be surprised some of these silly selections will be done on Sunday, and we are at the Etihad. And you guys, you've even watched that this Liverpool side is not as good as before. This Liverpool side is not as deadly as before. But I won't be surprised at all because this guy seems to have this fear factor sometimes, and he wants to control the game. But we don't need control. I thought that look, I don't care today if we lost 3-1 today and we lost 3-1 and we played like fantastic like we went for it, I could have been happier. But the fact that at this point in time we lost, yet we made the same mistakes playing a high guys, if there's somebody watching out there or people are going to watch later, these people who like there's my friend Luke in here who does a podcast says, unfortunately, I had somebody call me out, calling me plastic during the watch along. I did today. Fan base is really toxic and only cares about fighting each other. That's the thing. People only care about going after YouTubers, telling them, oh, you speak too much. Oh, you don't speak for us. Go after your team. Go after your manager. Tell your manager to stop putting the same damn slow players in that midfield. Tell him to use youth. Tell him to use players that have got a bit of energy. The whole season is already fucked, right? It's already screwed. Why doesn't he play the youngsters? Why doesn't he play people who are hungry? I'm telling you this. I would rather see Nunes, Mateus Nunes next to Nico. And I'm telling you, Mateus Nunes next to Nico, we are actually be more effective. More effective, more effective than having Gundogan and this Bernardo Silva, who has played so many minutes but has been stinking the whole season. But nah. And then look at this. We have John Stones again, who some people were glazing, some people were sucking off. Oh, John Stones, so John Stones has to stay. He got injured again. He's just had three good games. John Stones is got injured again, and some people are telling me that John Stones should stay after summer. He can't stay. I'm sorry. If there's a rebuild, John Stones is one of the names that's leaving. People have to start opening their eyes. But the obsession by Pep Guardiola to play some players that are not great, and I don't know why. Okay, why didn't he play Kovacic next to Nico? And when Kovacic came in,
I
when
have
Kovacic came to this game, he said, "Look, the team said looking better." Even Markety off the bench looked better than Foden. Why didn't he bring on Markety earlier on? Huh? No. Wait. P.
I
I
don't.
want people who in the comments or the people who are watching before you come, P.
Mhm.
I want you to give me an answer. When things were going to shit, the first goal has gone in. You need goals, don't you? And you've seen that there's no direct passing from Gundogan and Silva. They're not passing to Mamouche. They're not feeding him. Why don't you just go and say, you know what, fuck this. It's either I'll put Foden as the 10 and tell Foden to be free, then I'll bring in Kovacic to provide legs or Nunes to provide legs. We're already losing. Let me bring Markety because Markety looked better than Foden. And some Foden fans are gonna cry over this. Markety, when he came on, was doing better than Foden. That's the other thing in this team. There's players that think they can't be dropped. Players think that, oh, they can just play. But guess whose fault is Pep Guardiola? Because he's not ruthless anymore. Where's that Pep Guardiola who used to drop people? And we used to say, where the hell is this player? He says, I dropped him because they're not giving 110%. But some people will go fast and just call people plastic for calling out Pep Guardiola. But anyway, P, go ahead.
Look, can you drop a name of your channel so I can follow, man? Look.
It's
Yeah.
it's it's
Listen,
it's not
as I
not
said, I'm not
it's
going
not in my
to.
lifetime podcast. It's next to his name. Not in my lifetime podcast.
Oh, yeah, Salma.
Right.
Yeah. I'll drop him a follow, man.
Yeah. I don't have any issues with Foden or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, the setup just totally killed anything that Foden would have had to offer. It killed anything that Marmoush had to offer. It killed anything that Savio had to offer. So the attack
Yeah, wait, wait,
was
wait, 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 wait,
hung
wait
up
a
to
minute.
dry.
Why was this guy Pep Guardiola telling Foden, Mamouche, and Savio to all go down the middle? What bloody tactic was that?
And Madrid had already blocked off the middle. So the only space or the only play that they had would have been out wide. But there are no wingers. So it but whatever, I don't know about you, Patrick, but everybody knew what Ancelotti was going to do. We have seen it every time at the Bernabeu. There was only one tactic that Ancelotti was going to come with. There was nothing else he was going to come with. And I would imagine that he was expecting an onslaught from City. So he would have definitely smiled when he saw the starting 11, because I don't know. As I said, I am lost. I don't know what clever tactic, what was supposed to happen. I'm seeing persons blaming that, oh, Foden should have took the game by the scruff. There's nothing with how City were set up. There
Yeah,
was absolutely nothing that
Foden should
Foden
have
could
just
have
been
done.
put as a number 10 behind Mamouche. That's what he would have done. But that's the uselessness. Can somebody, maybe Matthias has the answers? Can you understand when that lineup came out? What was the setup? What was behind that setup? And what was the use of Gundogan and Bernardo both together in that midfield? What was the use?
Well, let's face it, yeah. When we done the lineup, I didn't want Bernardo Silva in the lineup, but because obviously we actually made a joke about that because Bernardo Silva went to and in the press conference, wearing like he wore the same jumper as Pep Guardiola. He was saying the right things, and when we did the lineup, say, "Oh, Bernardo Silva, he might play good with Nico in there." I said it. I said it yesterday. He will not. He will not. Let's face it. Bernardo Silva is done at this football club. He was not playing good when Rodri was in there last season, and he's not going to be playing good when there's a new six. That's what we called this season. He's not been good for 2 seasons. Why are why are fans so adamant that just because we beat Newcastle and all of a sudden, if any player that comes into that midfield with Nico, which who is our new number 6 now, all of a sudden it's going to just be the revelation? He ain't. He ain't. When he would like, especially, it baffles me because you play young lad. You've just bought from Porto, and you play in front of him 2 players. Yeah, let's face it. That they gone past their best. They can't play any. They can't put any tackles. They can't follow their man. They can't play the ball forward. Yeah, and they just Bernardo Silva just do cardios on the football pitch, and he's been doing that consistently for 2 seasons. And it's like, listen, people are just selecting players to go into the starting 11 purely on sentiment. It's purely on sentiment. Let's face it. Pep Guardiola is doing the same because the fan base thinks the same. The only reason people were going for Bernardo Silva, and I said it a few weeks ago, is because Bernardo Silva has been given this fan base the nostalgia about them 2 goals that he scored at home against Real Madrid. And went with Phil Foden. Oh, Phil Foden has been brilliant the past 2 games. He hasn't. He has been average. Has been okay. He hasn't been poor, but he hasn't been good. Not good, but brilliant. Yeah. And Gundogan cannot against a physical, and I said it, Real Madrid is going to put a physical midfield that Gundogan, a 33 or 34-year-old, won't be able to handle. When you play at home, it's a complete different game when you go away, especially against a 15-time 15th. They've won it 15th, bro. Champions League winners at their own grounds and their own fans. Bro, as soon as the first goal went in, I start feel sorry for these players. Bro, I've never seen a Man City under Pep Guardiola, even during his first season, being so humiliated on the pitch. They couldn't even put three, four passes together. We were winning fouls, and Real Madrid was winning the ball straight away. And we were just chasing. You would see Foden just running, chasing for the ball. Bernardo doing the same. Yeah. Why? Why are you doing this? It's like, and there was a time of that game where Marmoush and Savio, I think it was Gundogan had the ball, and Marmoush and Savio, they were tempted to make the runs in behind. Gundogan never passed the ball to them.
Yeah, he did.
What
Yeah,
he did, he took another touch and they play it backwards.
Yeah, I saw that. That
Bro, bro, when you've
wow,
got players
amazing. That was amazing.
who likes to run in behind, you have to provide the right facility in the midfield to get the best out of these players.
yeah,
You have to put someone in midfield that can literally either can carry the ball or can play a long ball. And we haven't done that. We haven't. Why are we surprised that Pep Guardiola went with Bernardo Silva and Ilkay Gundogan? Them two are their favourite players. Always has been. And I said it when we signed Gundogan back, when in the summer, when everyone say, "Oh, Gundogan back, we're gonna win the treble," and I even questioned at the time what's gonna happen with Phil Foden because Bernardo Silva never gets dropped. Bernardo Silva will never get dropped under Pep, and the fact that Pep Guardiola himself accept a player to come back after leaving, yeah, that tells you how much trust he's going to put towards that player. Because let's face it, under Pep Guardiola, any player that he leaves the football club, Pep will never accept them coming back.
yeah.
They will never. He will never. Yeah. But the fact that he went with that two in midfield, even in the second half, he changed position. He put Bernardo Silva out wide and he tried to put Phil Foden into the midfield. It was just the same. It was the same.
Yeah, because you know what? Because I don't know. It's just put two guys together. Like if he put Kovacic next to Nico, there's an option to put Ford in or put what you got De Bruyne free because those two guys could have. That's why look at when
Because you've got a
Kovacic.
balance. Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
there
got
is.
the
Yeah,
balance in terms of Kovacic is a more box to box where he
yeah.
can carry the ball, he can put some tackles
Hmm.
in, and even he can shoot from outside the box.
Mm.
But when you've got Gundogan and Bernardo never shoots. He doesn't play the ball forward. He's just there to actually make them short passes, like
Yeah,
Rico Lewis.
yeah.
That's it. That's it. And I even asked that question yesterday to you and Martin when he jumped on. When was the last time Bernardo Silva put a 10-yard pass forward?
Never.
What? No, no. When was it? When was the last time?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Bro.
All right, let me ask this: is this worse than 2019, 20? No, it's not. Yeah, no. This is worse. This is worse. This one is worse. This is pathetic. The 2019, 20 people keep saying it was bad, but at least there was hope in that one. There was a bit of hope in that one. This was pathetic. It says it's so disappointing, but never give up. Superman City will definitely bounce back stronger next season to win the quadruple. Superman City always win when others write us off.
To be fair, 2019 and 20 is kind of similar in terms of the goalkeeping position.
But it wasn't this worse. I don't think it was this worse.
Because 2019 and 20, if you guys remember, one shot on target was a straight goal.
Yeah, but the overall team thing was not this bad. It wasn't this bad.
The
We didn't.
defense was because we
Yeah,
had
but we didn't.
Luis Garcia in there.
Yeah, but we didn't look this bad. I remember
No,
2019.
no, no.
This
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
yeah.
this one is a bit. At least 2019, we could see out games sometimes. We could see out and we could outscore teams. I remember sometimes we could actually outscore teams. It says marketing looked fucking good off the bench. Why can't he start? I said this before. I said when Marketing and Kovacic came, they actually looked good. And Marketing, I saw him putting in tackles. You saw that winning the ball and actually trying to make productive things happen.
But
But
I can also disagree with that. I feel like McAtee is more like an impact sub rather than a starter.
mm,
Yeah, he's someone where if he's on to stay, it's going to be someone who can we bring them off the bench and to make an impact. But he's not. I don't think he's that good to be starting,
mm.
if that makes sense. But he actually done more than the rest of our midfield.
He actually did, yeah. He
He
actually
actually
did.
done it because that's one thing I always say about young players. Yeah. See, when we give young players a chance, not just a Man City, but any football club, especially with young players coming through the academy. Oh, I know McAtee has came through the academy a couple of seasons ago. However, when a young player comes through the academy, they've got that adrenaline on them to show the fans what they're capable of.
Yeah.
They will go through a 5 or 10 games period where they will start perform. Then obviously after that 10 games, they generally will start wearing off. And it happens everywhere. But why our our fan base are so scared to give young players a chance? Once whilst the last 5 to 6 months, we've seen that the players that have been so good for our football club, yeah, they've been brilliant for the past 7, 8 seasons. Let's not get twisted. They have been brilliant. They've done they've they've done things that we've never seen at this football club. They've won the amount of trophies that we even dreamed of winning. Yeah. However, they're not up to the task anymore. But why our fan base are so scared to let it go of that generation and start bringing a new generation forward?
Mm.
Because we will never know how good the likes of Jacob Wright, the likes of Nico Riley, we will never know how good they actually are unless we give them a chance. And when I say that chance, I don't mean 50 minutes cameo when we 4-0 up or even 10 minutes cameo. Give them a couple of 3 games run. Because when we give them these top players a chance in terms of give them 2 or 3 games or 4 games in a row, at the fan base will not criticize them to the same extent as the guys, the experienced player, but we also give the fan base a kind of to see how good these players can be going forward. Yeah, let's say for example we give Nico Riley, Jacob Wright, Simpson Pusi a 5 games run, and they didn't turn up to be good. Then we as a fan base can just brush our hands, say right, okay, you know what, these academy players they're not up to the task. Let's go to the market. On the flip side, we give them then the same players a 5 or 6 game run, 5 or 6 run of games, and they actually tend to be good. Then we as a fan base can talk, you know what? At least we've got that player to cover this position. We've got that player to cover this position. When we go into the market, let's just bring a few pieces. The same as what Mikel Arteta at Arsenal is doing is in terms of Lewis Kelly and Wanieri. Bring these sort of young players to see how good they can be. So when we go into the rebuild season, we actually start making the right decisions. If do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing about everything. Like, look at this comment over here. It says Doku not fit. Doku is fit. I'm sorry, Doc is fit.
Doc is
Grealish,
fit. But
Grealish. Well, let me finish this statement. It says
Mhm.
Grealish not fit. I get it. KDB too old. So what? Yes, bring KDB on then. Says who else could we use? That's the thing that Matthias is saying.
God,
L- l-
KDB
mm,
is younger than Luka Modric. How many times Ancelotti has bringing on Luka Modric?
Many times. And do you know what's funny thing? Let me tell you something. Ed, is it Ed's Mancunian therapy? Let me tell you something. There's Nunes who's 26 years old on the bench. There's
Mm.
Nunes. You're getting outrun in midfield. There's Nunes. There's Markety. What we're trying to tell you is this man we will not give an opportunity because the thing is
Do you know
people
what?
keep
What's the myth?
no, let me give another. I want to give
Mm.
another statement. People keep saying, "Oh, I,
Give the
Nunes
ball
is
away.
yeah,
Give the ball
Nunes
away. Yeah, yeah.
Nunes is not that great. Gives the ball away. Do you know why he's not that great? He hasn't been given the same opportunity as some of these midfielders.
Now,
I remember when Rodri came to City. Do you remember how many balls he gave away? How many times he cost us in the Champions League? How many
Roger
times he
was
cost us?
poor. He
Yeah,
was awful
but
his
but
first
what but
season.
what did Pep Guardiola do? He played him
He
into
stuck
the
to
team.
him. He stick to him. Stick to him. Play him.
Jack Grealish,
He was
he
really
was
poor his first
horrible
season.
the first season. He kept him over and over and over. I'm telling you. Somebody asked the question that does Pep really want some of these players? I think Nunes was never a signing for him. I think Nunes was a signing
Patrick,
done by the board.
I'll tell you one fact that's actually a fact. It's not about your feelings. Whoever is in the chat, it's not about your feelings. Yeah. Whenever Nunes is on the same pitch as Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, yeah, them two players, especially Bernardo Silva, has given the ball away more times than Nunes. He has.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And Bernardo Silva tonight has given the ball away more times than Nunes has ever had the entire 2 seasons that he's been with us. So why, yeah, Bernardo Silva gets a pass for giving the ball away, but when it comes to Nunes, oh no, he's rubbish. Get me out, out, out. He's rubbish. He's not good enough. Why? Because people has the preference in terms of footballers, and I understand. I get it. It's the way the football is evolving. There's certain people in the fan base. They're not there for Manchester City. They're there for the footballers they love, which is completely fine. Yeah, that's why we're saying like the people call it agenda. It's not an agenda. Yeah. Why is it that Bernardo Silva, Foden, Gundogan, when they play in midfield, they're allowed to give the ball away or even losing possession multiple times, but you still stick with them? But ik, Mateus Nunes, because he gave the ball away against Wolves last season, which was the last time he played in the midfield, was against Wolves last season. All of a sudden, oh no, he's rubbish. Get him out, out. And I'll say one thing before I shut down, and I'll let you go, Patrick.
No.
Whether you like,
Continue
it or
cooking and also continue cooking and then answer this question
whether
too.
you like it or not, Mateus Nunes has been one of our best players this season. He's got his balls and moments, yes, like everyone else, like Josco Vardio, yeah, like
Akanji,
Kanji, like Ruben Diaz this
like
season.
Gundogan.
Yeah, like Gundogan, everyone has had his disposal moments, but he's also has been the most important player this season. When we had no wingers, where was Nunes playing?
As a
Right
winger.
wing. He was providing assist. He was contributing with goals. We had no right back. Where would Nunes play? He was playing right back against PSG. He made a run from the right back position to make an assist. It was the first time we've ever seen, yeah, someone actually carrying the ball without fear and running towards the opposition midfield. Yes, he's got his flaws. Yeah, yes, he can make mistakes. However, the entire squad, everyone in that squad has been making mistakes this season.
Yeah, but being played
Why?
still.
Why is it you judge one player to a certain standard, but when it comes to your favorites, you don't hold them the same standard?
Wait. Didn't Foden's pass actually cost us in a balanced game where it was 1-0 against Arsenal, and he cost us
1-1. It
one
was
one one
1-1.
1-1 against Arsenal, and he cost us such a big moment, Foden
Mm,
with his back pass. The thing
yeah.
about it is, people don't get it. This is why this Darwin Nunes hate makes me laugh, because I still believe that if Darwin Nunes was played as much as some of these players have been played in midfield, he could have gelled by now. I'm just saying he could have
It would.
gelled.
It would.
And do you know what's funny about everything here? Even James McAtee, I think we keep saying, oh, maybe he's not good enough. You're right, Mateus. What if James McAtee got the minutes that Foden is getting and flopping? What if he got these minutes where James McAtee keeps showing up in games? I think there's a player in there. But the thing is, look at Akanji. He was played until he got injured, and Akanji was sucking. Akanji was stinking the place, but he was being
Mm.
played. It's just, at the end of the day, it is what it is. When everybody saw the lineup, everybody knew that we're going to struggle. And you know what? It doesn't
It
even take
it
it doesn't
is
even
it,
take professional. So do
it
you want to
is
answer
the
this,
fan
Mateus?
base. It's the
Mateus, you
fan
wanna
base because let's say we play. Imagine we play Leicester at home tomorrow,
Hmm.
and McAtee or even Nunes comes in, scored 2 goals, or even provides 2 assists. The following games, let's say we play, um, let's say we play Tottenham, not even Tottenham. Let's say we play a decent team like Aston Villa. Everyone in the fan base will go with the same players. They'll say, okay, Nunes or even McAtee. Oh, I know they've scored 2 goals against Leicester, but for this Aston Villa game, I'll go. I'll still stick with Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. That kills the confidence for the player that has just been scoring goals in the past game and get put on the bench. It does, because certain players to actually settle in the team, they need to run the games. Phil Foden has been poor this season, and I've been hearing excuses like, "Oh, he's got personal issues. He's having hard time with his neighbor. He just had a baby. Is he breastfeeding the baby? Why is it with your favorite players you make every single excuse in the whole planet, but when it comes down to the players you less fancy, every time they make a mistake, oh rubbish, out, 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 I don't want you. Why is it? Edison and Ortega, last time at Ortega played, it was really poor. His distribution was poor, his shot stopping was really poor, he was off the line constantly. And the whole fan base said Ortega is not good enough. Edison, yeah, distribution was really poor. You can't catch a cold. Is yeah, but why all of a sudden the fan base? Oh no, it's okay. Stick Edison on on the starting 11. Why don't you hold the standards that you got from certain players the same as you got for your favorites? Why? Why? Because being a football fan, being a football fan is also giving an honest opinion. Yeah, you guys know my honest opinion in terms of the goalkeeper, even in terms of Josko Vardy. But I'm also man enough to praise when they do well. Yeah, and and not even let's say when we were doing the starting 11, and I said it. Edison don't know against Newcastle. I'll stick Edison. Yeah, I went even with Ortega, but I was like, I stick Edison. But Ortega had a poor game last time. How come? Yeah, the fan base don't say, okay, it's fine. He had a poor game, but I'll still stick with Ortega. But whenever it's Edison having a poor game, oh, it's fine. Remember, look at his passes. Oh my God, his distribution is unbelievable. And and I'm going to question to you, Paddy, and I'm going to also question to Prophet. Yeah. See, when it comes to Edison argument, yeah, people say that Edison is vital to the way we play in terms of the distribution, in terms of playing out the back. Yeah. We've played a team that the goalkeeper is compared to Edison in terms of the distribution is really bad. Yeah, you can't pass out the back. Courtois, his distribution is awful. Yeah, would you guys swap right now as it stands? Yeah, knowing that Courtois has a really bad like he's really bad, he's fit and his distribution is awful. Would you guys swap Edison to Courtois, knowing that in terms of playing out the back, he might not be the best? Would you guys swap Edison with Courtois? If the answer is yes, then that means that you don't rate the playing out the back. You don't. You don't. Because if the answer is yes, that means that all these things that you praise Edison for in terms of his passes, his distribution, if you want to, if you give the option in terms of Courtois, who's even worse in terms of distribution, but he's a good shot stopper, and you say, right now, if you give me the option, I would get Courtois. That means you don't really rate the distribution. Yeah, you don't. You don't, because you just, bro. I've seen for 11 years at the football club and following Man City, Joy Hart, where he couldn't kick the ball, but big games, bro, big games, the guy was always there. One of the
Best keeper we ever had.
players and the whole planet, Lionel Messi, came out around to the whole public and said Joy Hart was one of the best goalkeeper I've ever faced. Messi. When have you ever seen a top striker or top winger come out and say the same against Edison? He's not good. It doesn't matter how many assists he gets. It doesn't matter how many fancy passes he gets. He's not a good goalkeeper. He's not commanding in the box. It's like every time we got a corner, it's not like he's shouting at his defender for the lack of defending. It's not. Every time we concede, look at his body language for every single time we concede. Just look at his body language. I've been telling you guys for 5 years. He was brilliant in the Champions League final. I gave him his flowers. And I said after the final, which against Inter, Edison, man of the match. He was unbelievable. He won us that Champions League. However, he's been there for 8 years. One season will not change me the opinion about this goalkeeper. And he's been doing the same. And I keep stating, Liverpool, the guy gave Oxlade-Chamberlain a career. 14-5 out, straight at him. The ball went in. Spurs at home. Lyon in Lisbon during lockdown. Madrid, 2 minutes for
Do you
the
think
final whistle.
let me ask you, do you think he could
How
have saved
many more
he could
times?
have saved that Mbappe shot, or Mbappe really curved that very well?
Come on.
The Mbappe one, the one on the side.
He's not saving any of them, Pat, tonight. Let's be straight.
Oh,
Let's be
come
honest. He's
on.
not saving any of them. He's not saving any of them.
No,
And if
no,
you
no,
think
Martin.
that, I'm sorry, you don't know
The first
football.
goal, the ball went
You don't
over
know
the
football.
top. No, Martin. The first goal, the ball went over the top. Ruben Diaz should have done better. Listen, Ruben Diaz, it's not been good this season, but at least, listen, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I've been good because all I've heard tonight.
But
Listen, I'm going to say this: 22 players are not going to be sold in the summer.
Johnston was literally closing him down. All Edis has to do, stay on your line, stay in the line. As soon as Mbappe lift up.
How long have you watched City for? Well, when does any of our goalies stay in our line?
Say that again, sorry.
None of our goalies stay in our line under Pep.
No, yeah, but
they never have.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. See the same. See when we played Leighton Orient, yeah. People criticize Ortega. Why is Ortega not?
I didn't. Yeah. Idiots.
But it's the same. See, they don't criticize the same way, and I was like, bro, come on, what are we doing? And even the first goal, that you remember? It's we're 2-0 up, 5 minutes to go at home. Yeah, we as a fan, and I was there. We singing non-stop, yeah. 5 minutes to go. Just keep it simple. Kick the ball to your striker. Why are you trying to kick the ball to your right back? Why? We are at home, man.
Okay, so look on the Edison part, I get it, but can we answer this? I'm
No,
gonna
it's
go
not
to
just Edison tonight. Listen, Patrick, it's not just Edison tonight. The whole team were awful.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
Awful. Every single one of them.
but who set them up? Who set them up though?
Well, it's the manager. The manager has to take some of the blame. The manager has to take the blame. But the whole team were just awful. It's not just Edison. The whole team were awful. Awful. But listen, the manager also has to take some of the blame. The
Yeah, he
manager
did.
has to.
He did. When I saw Gundogan and Silva, I knew what we were in for. But P, answer this question: did we fight today or lay down? That's an easy one to answer.
Well, today it was simple. We gave up the ghost. The starting 11 signaled exactly what was going to happen. So it was going to be passive all the way, and that's exactly what we got. So I can't blame the players. As far as I'm concerned, the team was set up to fail. Simple as that, because it was set up to fail. So everything was passive. There was nothing. There's no positive mindset. Not in the passing, not in the running, not in the starting 11. So it was just, as I said, it reminded me of the Liverpool game that was played at Anfield. There was no intent to do anything positive. It was just to hopefully ride our luck. And if it got late into the game and Madrid, it was still 0-0, maybe we would have tried something with Doku.
Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. I think it's just also, I don't understand why they're on the bench if they're injured. That's the same thing I've been saying. Then why don't you put some of the ADS? Pep is part of the problem this season. That is true. Now 30-man squad and 4 coaches, one for each port from the fan base. Okay, right. If okay, I read that already. Man City need a better keeper with better shot stopping. That's true. TJ for the Carabao Cup and CW coach. No, at the end of the day, it's not about coaching. Like I don't like this where people say, "Oh, then you can be a better coach or you have to start coaching." It's not about that. It's the truth, though. Like people saw the squad and knew that it's going to be a long day. It's not hard. Edison is a midfielder playing as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but we can't just blame everything on Pep Guardiola, because the 11 players. I always say, as a Man City fan, listen, as a match going fan, whenever whoever stepped onto that pitch, yeah, whoever is in the starting 11, you have to take the responsibility, yeah, because the manager, there is so much the manager can do in terms of preparing a game plan during the training section, but when you're on the field, it's down to the players. The players have to take some responsibility, yeah, because Pep Guardiola on the training ground, he doesn't tell the players, "Oh, make that pass or give the ball away to opposition." It's down to the players to actually like have the bollocks and take some responsibility, because you don't like. I always say to like footballers, you're not playing for the manager. You play for the football club. The manager don't pay your salary. The manager don't pay your wages. The football club does, and you play for the fan base. You play for literally for the number of fans that went to Madrid tonight. Yeah, took a day off work tomorrow to travel and go in there sing your name. You're not playing for Pep Guardiola. You play for Manchester City Football Club.
Yeah, but I think
And that's not
ultimately
acceptable.
it's on Pep. No, but all right.
You can have a bad game, but when you
No,
start
but
putting
it's
all these sort of
consistent.
performances consistently, it's not acceptable. It's not.
But he keeps playing a certain set of players.
Right, I'm going to try again, Pat.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm hoping before I get kicked again, because this restream is not like my restreaming my mobile ain't working.
Wait,
I'm gonna get Safari, and you need to change to Safari rather than Chrome.
Yeah, I'm on my mobile because
go ahead. So okay, let me just ask you in general, what did you think of this game?
It was crap, but
okay, he's gone again. So everyone calls out calls out when players do shit. Edison, Foden, etc. But these guys have done good in the previous seasons. Nunes hasn't proved himself enough in matches. Let me give you an answer to this. This is the same thing I was saying at the beginning of this stream. I was like, I get it. You've done well. I have worked as a manager before, and I still work as a manager right now. It doesn't mean just because I was getting the company debuts 2 years ago and this year I'm stinking, they're not gonna call me in and give me feedback. They have to give you feedback. At the end of the day, if Edison has decided to be being shit this season, we're gonna have to call him out. You're gonna have to tell Foden. It doesn't mean just because Foden has credit in the bank, he has to continue stinking the gaff while somebody else is sitting on the bench. I don't get this. I get what you guys are saying, credit in the bank, but give other people a chance. I'm telling you to the date of today, I would rather see Nunes and Markety play the rest of the season if it means that we are tired of watching some of these players walking on the field or just doing the same thing. At least, let me even say this. Do you remember the time when Nunes came as a midfielder and did that Haaland assist and then Pep was gushing about it?
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
Matthias?
yeah, yeah.
Pep was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" Do you know what I thought? I was like, "Oh my god! Finally, Pep is gushing, hugging him. They'll
It
finally
gave
put
me
him
the
as
Yaya
midfielder."
Toure vibes.
Yeah, guess what? He dropped him again and said playing him as a winger,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he played him as an attacking midfielder and then says, "Oh, Nunes made a pass that only KDB can, and I know that Nunes is possible because
Mm.
Nunes did that at Wolves, at Sporting. He used to do those passes, but yet he goes for these players and must say who pass uh,
Short passes.
short passes. He doesn't want somebody to take a risk, and he so says."
Mm.
Edison made the first goal happen because he came out when he didn't need to. That is
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. He
Well
didn't
said,
need to.
Node.
He didn't
I
need
don't
to.
like how we are understating Edison's role in this Man City. We get it, but it's just that they're trying to say sometimes you need a short stopper. Edison was at fault for 3 goals in the first game, and then yeah, it says Edison has been too pivotal for this club to start reacting. We get it. I don't get people. We accept that these players are legends. Like the same people when people are saying Gundogan is dusted. Gundogan is one of the best Man City captains ever
Yeah,
because he led us to a treble.
yeah, yeah.
KDB is
He
one of
was
the best
serious.
midfielders in the world and in the world of history. But right now, if you're giving me a choice between Verts, KDB, and Odegaard, I'm picking
Mhm.
Odegaard and Verts. Cry about it. I'm going to take Odegaard and bring Verts in this team over KDB. Echeverri is coming in this team over KDB. Why? Because KDB's time is gone. This is what people have to understand. Players can do
It's very won't
marvelous
get a
things.
game, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But people
It's
don't
very will
understand
never
it.
see the pitch.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
don't think Etchverry will get any game time because what Etchverry is about, it's basically anti what Pep is about this season. Because Etchverry is going to get the ball, beat a man, make that pass forward. That's not what Pep wants to see. He
And
continually says,
Echeverri is a very risky player. He actually, like, if he made a bad pass, he would just continue to make the sort of pass until he gets right.
so. It's
And
basically a KDB clone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's some sort of KTP. So and Pep Guardiola, whenever you can see the reaction every time a player makes a bad pass, you can see Pep Guardiola's faces, can't you?
Yeah,
but
but
that style is no longer working.
The football is
He has no.
evolving, man.
It's not working. All right. He continues to say we're attacking too quick. We need to make 20, 25 passes. City this season has not earned the right to make those kind of passes because they need to put in the work off the ball to earn the right to make those passes.
Do you wanna hear what's funny? Every game we've actually won, we've actually played direct. Chelsea, we played direct. Newcastle, we went direct.
Forest, we
Forest,
played
we
over
went
there.
direct. It's quite funny that every time we go direct, we win. But anyway, let me just read
Brentford
this.
game
Also,
was a
yeah,
Brentford
yeah,
game
yeah,
was a perfect game to that was we were speedy, right?
yeah.
We're playing the ball fast. We're getting it up to Savio Haaland quickly. And I'm saying, all right, that must be the blueprint going forward. All right, maybe we'll fix up the midfield the end of the season, but continue this style leading into next season so that we have an idea what we're about. But to continue to every time there is a big game, or if it works for 2 games, for some strange reason he feels that he has to go back to the slow passing. The boy, I'm not quite sure what is on Pep's mind, and everybody or next season it's going to be better. I don't know about anybody. I'm not arrogant to say, well, next season is going to be better. I don't know, but what I would like to see this season is it is not working. Let us work with what we're going to go forward with
That
for
is
next
true.
season
That is true. I
instead
can
of
also,
just keep going back. I can
yeah,
bet you any money at the Etihad, right?
Mm.
Well, maybe he's not that crazy to do that. Maybe he'll go back to the 11 that played against Newcastle because I don't believe the fans will stand for Gundogan and Bernardo in midfield Sunday. But he very well may play it because his idea is we don't have the physicality in midfield. You can't have the physicality if you're playing two midfielders that are not physical. That's an excuse. I don't want to hear that excuse for the rest of the season because it has worn thin. Every
Yeah,
time he has
but
played
when you
Gundogan,
play them
Rico,
two in midfield, you also lacking creativity, don't you?
yeah, you are, yeah. You are. That's the issue. Says also, have you guys felt like Savio is a little greedy, or is it just me? I think it's just you. Savio, I think
I don't think Savio is great.
I don't think Savio is
I think
greedy.
he's a bro.
Savio is fine as far as I'm concerned.
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
Is
That
that
statement.
is that for Kyle Walker?
No, I think that's for KDB. Okay, let's look forward.
KDB
100%.
even hasn't done anything wrong. I was literally, yeah. I was when I was watching that game, especially when at halftime. I even said it. If I were KDB and Pep Guardiola asking me to come on, I would refuse it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
would say no as well because it's
No, no, no,
crazy.
no, no. I would refuse it, especially like KDB, Jack Grealish. If Pep Guardiola asked me to go at halftime when he's doing the team talk and I want you to come on, I would tell him no. No, you select your favorite to start this game. Let them get you out of this mess.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
That is true.
it's simple as that.
Did you see the video of
Because
KDB
we've
walking
seen
around the stadium? He was not very
how
happy.
how many times we've seen that Pep Guardiola bring KDB on when we're 3-0, 3-0 or 3-1 down, or even 4-1 down. Why? Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. But to be honest with you, it's as I said, it's quite funny that this season we've won games by playing direct. In Forest,
Yeah,
Chelsea, it's just going the direct route and having players that are just playing direct. And then we talk
Martin, you
about
need to log in on your laptop, bro.
yeah, and then let's not forget
I
the
keep
recent one.
trying.
Okay, go
Is it
ahead,
still
Martin.
going
So,
off?
so Martin, you're not just say your stuff before we close.
Yeah, no, we were really bad. I'm not saying that, but my point is tonight, I'm annoyed. I'm going to be straight. I'm annoyed with some of the fans tonight.
Go ahead.
I really am annoyed. I think some of the reactions before the game, people were all, we're out, we don't care. Then everyone cares. Nobody wants to play Bernardo. Nobody wants to play Gundo. You look at the bench. Who are you going to play? Grealish? No one wanted Grealish. James McAtee ain't good enough. He can't do it against Salford, Watford, etc. He's not good enough. Simple as. He's rejected a contract to start off with. Edison's Edison. It's the way we're at. My issue is tonight. Everyone's on about. Do you know what I'm annoyed at? Is for 4 years, 5 years, we have sat and we have celebrated every honour, every achievement, everything we can. Pep Guardiola can be criticised, 100% criticised. But the reaction after every game is now getting beyond the pale. It's crazy what's going on at the minute. This is a transition season.
Is it
For
when it
me,
comes to Pepe out to Pepe in, or just the players?
well, the Pep out stuff's ludicrous.
No, it's mad. Yeah, it's
The thing I'm getting at is we sit and we tell Arsenal fans to be humble. This is my point earlier, Pat. I'm going to go at you. It was the whole thing of. I think we need a little bit of humbleness in our fan base right now.
Wait. What do you, okay, wait. This is the other thing I want to ask. So you're trying to tell me that okay, so let's say for instance, he's gone. I
no,
don't
it's
know what
coming back. Yeah,
I don't know what you're trying to say. So what you're trying to say is I don't get this humbleness. I think we had a chat, Martin, on that you're talking about entitlement from fans, but I don't get it. Nobody at one point has said or Pep out or has said that or Pep we know better than you, this and that. All we are saying is some of the mistakes that are being made by Pep Guardiola, they are mistakes that he can fix. And every time he fixes the mistake, he decides to go back to. I think what's pissing off more people is he will go and fix the mistake, and then he'll go back to what
The
he
old
thinks is
ways.
comfortable. Because
Yeah,
let's not forget, after the Forest, everybody was gushing over Jack Grealish playing as a midfielder, and everybody has always wanted Jack Grealish to play as midfielder. And even the announcers were like, "We've been asking for this for a while." But guess what? Oh, next game I drop you. I'm going back to these older guys who do this tiki-taka football. Then Chelsea, he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go direct." Then he goes to the next game. Oh, let me go back to this, and then he loses. And then he goes direct again. He wins. He wins. He gets a win. The thing about people is nobody's being entitled or saying we're saying, oh, we have to. The reaction is, I think more people are pissed off because he keeps going back to something that's not working. Why he's found something that's working. You hear that, Martin?
Because yeah, he's not going to put Bernardo Silva and KDB on the bench for the next 15 games. You can't just bench him for 15 games and say you can't end their career 5 months earlier.
I know, but the thing
They're
is,
getting paid wages, Patrick.
But why doesn't he drop Bernardo ever?
Well, he did do on Saturday.
Yeah, but that's it.
I
But
don't think he dropped Bernardo on Saturday. He
he
rested him.
him.
I'm not defending Bernardo. He's been crap all season.
Yeah,
He
but you
has.
get my.
I'm one who said he's been crap.
But you get
No,
my point.
not really, Martin.
Why-
come
why-
on, come on. We had the discussion yesterday, and I said it. I actually said that Bernardo's been.
Right, but I told you KDB wasn't going to play, and he didn't.
Yeah, no, but you said I would still stick with Bernardo going to the starting 11, and I said,
Yeah,
Wow.
because I thought he'd do running tonight.
yeah, come on,
He didn't do it.
Yeah, but we've seen that he can't.
So who did you want to go in? James McAtee?
No, I said KDB.
KDB.
See that I get.
You want about the pedantic football and say play KDB.
See the problem is, yeah, Mark, when we have the sort of players that we be trying to bring it on into our attacking, like in terms of the likes of Marmoush, Savio, even Erling Haaland, they are sort of players who likes to run without the ball. If you got these sort of players who run without the ball, who actually are comfortable running without the ball, you have to have someone in behind them that can actually provide them the service. And at this right moment in time, neither Phil Foden, neither Bernardo Silva can actually provide them the right service. Because there is no point of having Omar Mamouche, Erling Haaland, or even Doko Jacque, or even Savio on your attacking line and having Bernardo Silva behind them. There's no point. Let's face it. Because Bernardo Silva is the sort of players that will not provide the service to the attacking line, especially to players like that likes to run like without the ball. He's not. That's why I opted to go with KDB. That was the only reason. I'm not saying KDB has been brilliant, but if you've got an attacking line with Omar Mamouche, Erling Haaland, he didn't play today, but however, Omar Mamouche or even Savio, who are players who like to make run in between lines without the ball, you have to have someone behind them that provide the right service. And Bernardo Silva is not going to provide that to them. Neither is going to be Phil Foden. That's why when we're doing the build-up for the starting lineup, I said I'd rather have in KDB. It's not about form, but it's more inclined to get the best out of the players that we're going to play in the front line. Is Martin still there?
Yeah, I see here. That's all I'm saying is before I close all this because it's too early. I've got a driving lesson tomorrow. All I'm saying is, I think going forward, Pep Guardiola, if you see something like Newcastle, Forest, and Chelsea, where you saw playing direct has helped you, why do you want to go and start playing these short passed players? Because I'm telling you this, if he plays direct against Liverpool, we win that game. I'm telling you this because I was watching the Liverpool games. They are so obsessed with the high line. If Haaland plays and you put Haaland on Van Dijk, he occupies Van Dijk, and Mamouche occupies Trent, Trent with the high Trent balls over the top. He's horrible. So I'm just saying, if he decides to go with this tiki-taka football where he wants to get players that can pass, I'm telling you, what Liverpool are going to do is Liverpool this season, they don't press you. You know that they don't press. They just wait for you and win the ball in very dangerous moments and then counter you. But anyway, guys, that's all I can say for now. I have to go to sleep because I've got a driving instructor coming in the morning for me to polish up on some few things before my driving test very soon. In Ireland here, driving tests are very complicated. People fail 7. People fail big amounts here. They're just horrible here. They're horrible. I'm telling you, they're horrible at rating you. But anyway, thank you very much, Martin, for coming on, and thank you very much, Mateus and P. We'll see. The next time I'll see you guys will be for the preview for the Liverpool game. I'm not going to do any city content. There's nothing. There's rubbish completely. I'm just gonna watch this manager try to gaslight us. I saw the.
Come on. We've got Liverpool on Sunday, man.
That's what I'm saying. That I'm going to do the Liverpool preview, but apart from that, there's really nothing to talk about. Let these guys sit down and make these speeches of theirs. I've already seen on Twitter. They've already said tweeting that it was sad. It was sad.
Not gonna lie, yeah, Patrick, it is gonna be pick this Liverpool game. I can't lie, yeah. I'm going to the game, but I'm kind of I've got a mixed feeling toward this game, but I don't know. The problem is like I don't know what sort of players that we put in the starting 11. What's the manager's planning to do? Because at the end of the day, I'm just a football fan, and when I attend the games, I just there to get behind the team. But I mean, with Liverpool at home, yeah, we haven't beat Liverpool in a while now. I think the last 2 seasons we drew, if I'm not mistaken. It was I think it was like, was it 1-1 at the Etihad? Then 1-1 at Anfield. The season before was 2-2 at home. And but I mean, it is what it is, man. I'll be there on Sunday anyway. So
yeah, glad big up to you, Martin. Do you have anything to say before I close and go to bed?
Yeah, sorry, I will try it next time. I'll go on my laptop.
You know what I'm going to do next time, just for you. I'm going back on StreamYard just for you.
Just listen. It's a transition season. We know that. Pep and the team are allowed a year off.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're allowed. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Listen, I think my point is why I'm angry is if this was 2 years into this, then yeah, I'd be angry. But we're 6 months. We're still 4th. We're the second top goal scorers in the league. Yeah, it's crap. We've gone out of competitions we shouldn't have done earlier. But we're going to be back. Just let the rebuild and the transition happen. We know the way we're going to play.
Yeah, he's gone again.
Yeah, big up. Anyway, goodbye. So my driving test is next week, Jerry. But big up to all of you guys. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. I was surprised to wake up this morning and
next week when mine is on the 5th.
No, I'm not. I don't want to jinx it. Okay, mine is on the 26th.
No, yeah. I'll drop you a text message. Yeah,
mine's on the 26th. Man, the thing is, I just booked it this week, and the driving test is next week. So I feel like I rushed it. But this is my second one. The first one, the guy failed me because apparently I hit the curb when I was parking. So that's a very big fail here in Ireland. So they will reduce marks. But this second one, I have a feeling that I've rushed it because I booked it 2 days ago, and then I called a driving instructor to help me out.
Yeah.
But I'm like, have I rushed it? But I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. If I do this second one, if I don't succeed, I'll just do one quick one because they allow you to do one quick one just like that. Last time I got so pissed off I didn't rebook, but they rebook you for half the price. So what I'm gonna do is when I do this one, and if it doesn't work out by any chance, I'll do the quick one, which you do quick already, and then I'll just keep going back with the half price. Keep going back to half price. But there's people who've done it 8 times, man, in this country. It's so bad. People have done it 8 times before they actually give them one. I think they just feel bad for people and say, you know what? here you go.
Now,
But
I think in England it depends on the road. Yeah, like you need to start the road where you, because obviously like
mm,
I think I remember one my brother he had to go to Liverpool
mm,
to have his driving test, and he had to drive around Spick,
mm,
and obviously he already know like the roads in there. He already know the roundabouts, so it was easy for him.
mm.
And yeah, oh Martin, yeah, let's go. Let's. I'm okay to do a space. What time is it? Fucking hell, it's 2 a.m. Nah, I need to go to
This
bed.
is what I said. I said, but anyway, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna the guy drove with me one of the areas where they drive to. I've been watching videos on people doing the routes that you drive, but at the end of the day, man, it's not even people get lucky, you know.
Yeah,
It's either people get in traffic. Somebody told me that you actually pass when you're in traffic, because when you get into traffic, let's say if you're doing that 5 o'clock where people are coming off work,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
too
yeah.
much traffic, so you're not judged much. All you're judged is stopping, waiting at lights. You follow somebody's suit.
Yeah,
Some one of
is the hazard perception that fucks me up as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. One of my
Mad,
friends,
it's
one
mad.
of my friends said he was lucky because he did it in the morning, and there was a lot of people dropping their kids off school, so he did a lot of stopping. So there was no point of being judged more. But when it's empty, when you go there, when the roads are empty, they will judge you more, you know, because they'll be like, you do this. But when you're stopping, you're just looking, and then you can
Yeah, yeah.
follow the car in front. You get what I mean? You
Yeah,
get
and
cheated.
I remember like my brother said that the driving instructor even keep he doesn't look at the road. He looks at you whether to see if you like actually looking both sides.
Yeah, he does. That's scumbags. Like,
Yeah,
I like I think hitting. I just saw hitting the curb because I hit the curb at the end. I think I was actually that's what failed me because I saw that hitting the curb there. It's a big mark. Then you're done. But I think because when you look at my paper, even though not showing this new guy, he was like, "Well, you didn't do much except this." So I went and googled it. They're like, "Oh, when you hit the curb, even if it was at the end, by the way, when I was parking by the driving school."
yeah. Come on, Martin, open the space, bro. Open the space.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Martin. So it says
yeah.
just
Oh
drive
yeah,
backwards
you
like
trust me,
Greenish.
Patrick. You'll be all right. You'll be all
Yeah,
right.
I hope I will, man.
Keep
I
the
wanna
faith,
I
man.
wanna
Keep
get
the
this stuff.
faith.
So go ahead,
Man.
man. Enjoy yourself. I'll
All
see you
the
in the
best,
next
bro.
stream.